Hello and good morning to the teachers and students of Eastern Samar State University main campus. My name is Arcielo Lutijo. I'm currently based in Rock Hill, South Carolina, United States. And thank you for inviting me to be one of your guest speakers today in your seminar about ASEAN integration. A little bit about me. This is a pre-recorded video, by the way, and thank you to Charito, my friend and colleague from Sacred Heart Academy by City when I was still in the Philippines. Appreciate you for facilitating and for thinking about me to be a resource person today. Thank you. A little bit about me. I am currently the head of the science department at Charlotte Mecklenburg Virtual School. I graduated Bachelor of Science in Education in 1998 at St. Paul University, Dumaguete. One of the milestones that I have in the United States is to complete my master's degree in education, major in curriculum and instruction at Walden University in 2020. And as far as experience is concerned, I taught physics and general science, biology in Kazakhstan and China. And apart from the experience of teaching physics and general science and English in the Philippines, this was after 1998 and before 2006 when I moved to the United States. And I am a proud Filipino. Perks of being in a virtual school this time. By the way, we started, or I joined the Charlotte Mecklenburg family in 2020 during the pandemic. And one of the perks of being a virtual teacher is the one that you're looking at in the picture, being halfway dressed formal and informal and being close to the kitchen while you are teaching. So just one of the things that I love about being in the virtual school this year. And I don't need to meet the traffic in the morning and on my way back in the afternoon. So I saved a lot of time and gas as well. So that's what it is. I would like to share this snapshot that I saved from on my Facebook page. This was like when I think 5 years ago. These random apps that I think you're familiar with this one, but it's kind of speak volume about who I am and what I am right now and before that I never give up to anything that comes my way in terms of reaching my goals and doing what I wanted to do. And this drive is this drive took me to where I am right now, and I just want to share that one to you. So, with the question that you sent on what motivated me to teach abroad is pretty much in line with what the picture that I shared to you a while ago. The aspiration, the dreams, getting more experience and discover the difference. In terms of um, what it is teaching in the Philippines and what it is teaching in the United States and Central Asia. And I'm hoping that I can articulate the, the reasons and the experiences that I gained during this journey. And the the decision, of coming to the U.S. is pretty much based on the trend in 2006 and earlier, because I started applying like in 2004 to random places. I applied Australia, to Switzerland, to England, and then to the United States. And the one that responded to me at that time was a school district in the United States. And I tried my luck. You know, there's this saying that who knows what's out there, for us. So I tried um, doing that, and most of all is to follow my passion. My passion is into teaching and nothing else. So I took the ride, and it takes me to where I am right now. So in terms of how is it like to teach in the US, it's like fish out of the water. Uh, it is, you do not know what you'll get in when you get into that classroom on a daily basis, especially during your first year, the second year, and the third year. But at the end, it is rewarding, and what you need is just flexibility and patience, ton of patience, because um, you are in a new place. Uh, you got students and families that you do not know. You got people that you work with that you do not know. So you got to work on a process, for you to uh, submerge yourself to the new culture in education. Um, uh, with the second question, I mean the third question that you sent me is that why I decided to apply for a teaching job in Central Asia. And the first thing that I put here is to widen my horizon. And the horizon that I'm talking about here is in terms of professional learning community or professional learning network. If you haven't done that one in your school yet, I think it's very, very important. The idea is learning from each other, and having connections is the trend in education right now, because we are teaching the kids as a community. So having to build that professional learning network is um, a big help, to troubleshoot or to develop, strategies on how to tackle a particular issue in education. Second is prosperity, because schools outside the country or even the United States can offer great pay packages. Uh, we always look for a greener pasture, places that can provide us with more funds, for our family, and that is where we're heading. You know, that should be the first thing that you need to consider if you're accepting a work contract outside of the country. Where you offer services that will commensurate on the education that you have, the experiences that you have, and all that. So, thirdly is experience in terms of educational system, because, like at the beginning, I said that I wanted to learn what's the other side of the coin. I wanted to learn a system that is different from the curriculum system or the educational system that we have in the Philippines, and that is one of the things that I got from teaching in Central Asia. Thirdly, I mean, this is question number four. How was the application process and how long did it take and how was the pay? In terms of um, application, the process to apply, whichever country or region you're going, uh, it is a similar process, and I could not talk about the process now, but back in 2006, 2005, 2006, and 2013. Um, it's similar. I was interviewed by uh, a hiring agency in Australia when I applied to the United States, and when I applied to Central Asia, it was a hiring agency based in Canada who interviewed and processed my application to teach in Kazakhstan. So it starts with a phone interview for initial screening, and you pass the initial screening. They will schedule a personal interview with the prospect, and you will be asked. I was asked to do a demo lesson with panel. It's kind of um, overwhelming, um, but I made it through. And then the district will conduct a final interview and offer you a contract if uh, they find you favorable. In terms of monthly pay or your salary scale, it will commensurate on the level of education you have and the number of years of experience you have. Most or there are school districts that will offer a signing bonus and a relocation allowance. Back in my time, 2006, they offered me like 5,000 um, allowance. No, a signing bonus. And when I was also in Central Asia, they also gave me the same amount, 5,000 as a signing bonus plus a relocation allowance. One of the things that they also offer me is like round trip tickets. Uh, not twice, but 4 times in a year. 4 times in a year, like at the beginning of your contract and at the end, and during the holidays, like Christmas holidays or um, Christmas holidays or spring holidays, whichever one you want to take, and it's like free airline tickets back and forth. So those are just um, one of the perks, major perks of being an international teacher. Also, they offer me free housing. Free housing in a very good apartment. I was provided with a very good apartment in a high-rise building in Central Asia, and I could not ask for more. I only spend money for food and for my trips back and forth from my apartment to school, and that's the only expenses that I have. So it's pretty much like in terms, like I said, in terms of prosperity and money, it's rewarding. It is rewarding. It was rewarding. Uh, what are the challenges as an international teacher? And I think this is the main thing. If anyone from you here who's uh, inclined to traveling abroad to teach, it's it's not an easy take. What I'm trying to say, it requires a lot of guts and a lot of I say personal preparations and getting more experience and all that for you to be equipped and be ready for the challenges. I would say that cultural adjustment is a big thing, especially with work culture and community culture. You get to deal all of that. The one that I find it really challenging is the language barrier, because we might be very like confident with our English pronunciations, accents, and all that, but we still have this unique Filipino accent that that is recognizable. Even if you are living if you lived in an English-speaking country for a long period of time, but still there's like if you grow up and live half of your life in the Philippines, you still have you still have that unique Filipino accent that won't change, that won't change over time. And students can recognize that. Parents and families can recognize that one. So um, with during my first year and second year is I actually like practice. I stayed in the bathroom, look at myself in the mirror, and practice how to say and articulate myself. You know, and I do that. I'm being honest. I do that. Just to prepare myself and be more understandable, I'd say, to the students. The knowledge of the appropriate pedagogy, and I would like to stress on this one because we are getting this idea that what we used to do uh, most of the time in the Philippines are applicable everywhere. The answer is no. We got to learn how to mm, tailor and how to uh, plan our pedagogy that is going to match with uh, the kind of students and the type of students, the nature of students that we have in the classroom. And what I'm trying to say here is the students we have in the Philippines are totally different with the students that we have in America, in China, and in Central Asia. And in terms of pedagogy and your teaching methods and your teaching practices, you get to make sure that it's actually like it is meeting uh, the learning style and the skills of the students that you will teach outside the country. Um, Next, greatest experience and lessons learned while teaching in Central Asia. First, I would say, and this is unforgettable, memorable. Immersion to the Kazakh culture. I learned that the Kazakhs are very family oriented and they're traditional. They keep their traditions. They're very close with their family. They're so family tight and all that. They establish um, part of the experience is the establishment of my professional learning network, and I was able to build connection. Uh, and most of all is the lasting friendship that I got with the people that I work with, the community that I was immersed in Kazakhstan, and the people that I work with in China. In fact, I built a really good name with the Barstow network of schools in China and in the United States that they keep on contacting me via email if I'll be able to work this year or in the future with them. So that is one of the things that I wanted you guys to remember that if you go to places and meet people and build professional connections and all that is you don't burn the bridges. You don't create something that will destroy the image of professional Filipino teachers because it is um, it is something that can be used for your professional resume, and having all of them in there is really good for your future endeavors. Next is this is just like one of my cultural immersions. I was with Filipino, not Filipino, Kazakh family during important religious celebrations. They're so friendly and accommodating, and I'm still in contact with them up to now. If you are in the United States, this is like the kind of nature that you will get. The people uh, adore the football players. So when you get a chance to have a photo op with them, so you'll grab that opportunity. Um, Next one is, how is teaching in the United States differ from teaching in the Philippines and Central Asia? There's a big difference. There's like in the opposite sides of the spectrum. The curriculum in particular, um, in Central Asia, they follow the Cambridge curriculum. So that's why I was able to learn the IGCSE. In the United States, it's the Common Core curriculum is the one that is being used in the public school, but there are also public schools who follow the International Baccalaureate curriculum, which is also an interesting, a very good system to follow. Um, all of them um, follow the K-12 system, just like in the Philippines. I know the Philippines just adopted the K-12 system, so it, it is the same all the way from the three regions that I worked with. So expectations to the teaching role. You could be you could be a mentor. You know, you could become a mentor depending on your qualifications. Like when I was in Central Asia, I was co-teaching at the same time mentoring local teachers about the Cambridge curriculum. So it's not that I'm expert of Cambridge curriculum because they hired me to as an international teacher, so I got to learn what is Cambridge curriculum and know and attend trainings and all that to be able to convey and train people uh, the the curriculum and become an expert actually of Cambridge curriculum. And when I was in China, I did the same thing. They followed the Common Core curriculum, so I had to um, be an expert of the Common curriculum. So things like that, and most of all, um, the types of learners. All right, we need to understand that when you are in a different country country, the students are different from what we used to in the Philippines. So having that kind of flexibility and the appropriate planning is very important. Appropriate planning to better address the type of learners um, that you are teaching is very important, and in fact it is vital to your success as an international teacher and as a mentor to the local teachers as well. um, Next question is, what are the advices that I can share to our budding teacher in Eastern Samar State University? I'd say that be an expert of your content. This guy Joseph Joubert is telling us that to teach is to learn twice over. And then the reason why I'm saying this is because um, it's very difficult to lose your credibility when you are teaching the wrong thing in front of your class. Um, Information is at the tip of the fingertips of our students at this time. Google is always there. If they want to verify what you are saying in the classroom. So we have to be an expert. If it requires us to review and reread or do further research of the topic if we are unsure, to make ourselves be confident and equipped each time we face our students in the classroom. We have to do it. The second one that I wanted to say as an advice is to hone your style. You know, um, each teacher got a unique style. I think you agree on that one. I got my own style. You got your own style of teaching. So hone that one and you know uh, make it as your trademark. You know, I remember I used to start my lesson with a trick. Because I'm teaching physics, and when I was in Central Asia, my students notices me that I always like have something in my hand like a toy and that's how I I I made a trademark. You know, uh, physics is working with toys. So I created toys, or I have my toys. Each time I start a new lesson in physics. The same thing with general science or biology. So if that is the style that you have, so hone that one and be good at it. Be good at it. So, according to Caroline Tomlinson, I don't know if you know her, but she said that educators, or he said that educators should be the champions uh, of what they do. We are the champions of uh, the subject matter that we are teaching. We're good at it. So we'll just have to be more creative, and be confident of the style, our own style of teaching, our methods that we're using in the classroom, to ensure that the students are learning in that period of time that they are with us. The next advice I would like to say is to update whatever pedagogy that you know. So uh, if you believe that this practice or this method of teaching is not working anymore, so you need to learn how to update that one. Be a disruptive thinker. I don't know if you hear this terminology being used, but that is rethinking the your customary style, rethinking the level of learning that is going on in your classroom, and also rethinking about what the learners are getting at the end of your uh, lesson. So ability to change the status quo. So that is being a disruptive um, thinker, and I think that is very applicable in the classroom. Lastly, is I would like to say to think of um, how you will be remembered by your students from like 10 years or 20 years from now. I remember when I went home in 2017 or 2018, and I stumbled upon my students um, in the schools where I taught in the Philippines, and they reminded me of what I did in the classroom that makes them love science, or that makes them um, love physics in particular. So um, having to hear those is kind of a reward to myself, and I felt that I was also accomplished, despite being a neophyte, or despite being a brand new teacher in the Philippines at that time. But I made that imprint, to my students, that this was how I was, when I was with them back in those days. So that is all for today, and I hope you're learning a little bit of me, and I hope I was able to address the question. And um, at this time, I'm hoping that you're getting the perspective of teaching in the ASEAN region and in the United States. So if you don't mind, I created a QR code that you can use to scan uh, using your phone, and to respond to a few questions that I created for this seminar. And I've also provided a link to my email if you have questions, and if you want to keep in touch. You can contact me. I have social media as well, so you can ask for Miss Charito to share it to you. But that is all for today, guys. And again, thank you for inviting me, and having me in your ASEAN integration seminar today. I appreciate you. Have a great day, everybody.